Hello everyone, this is Golden from Furious Photog. What I want to do in this particular video is show you how to change the color of shirts. Now you can use similar methodologies to change hair color, eye color, anything really in a shot, but what we're going to focus on here is just the attire. I'm going to show you two different methods, one where a shirt actually has a color and one where the shirt is white so it doesn't have any color at all. That said, we're going to start with Andrew James here, a wonderful country music singer I've had the privilege of working with over the years. He has a new single out, so be sure to catch that and follow him on Facebook and iTunes. The more he sings, the more he sells, the better he'll be, and we want to see everyone succeed. That said, what I'm going to do is duplicate this layer at the bottom by hitting Command J or Control J, depending upon what system you're using. Grab the quick select tool and actually just start painting over the image like so. Now, once we've grabbed the shirt, what we're going to do is actually make a layer mask, out of that, but we're going to have to do some fine tuning, etc., and make sure we get where we want before we actually hit the layer mask tool and isolate the shirt. That said, I already have one done, so I'm going to pull from the existing mask that I did previously. I noticed a little bit of an error here, so let me get rid of that. Perfect. And then we're going to apply this particular layer mask as well, which has been refined. So what you're going to be able to do is add a hue saturation adjustment layer, either via the adjustments panel or via the layers panel at the bottom using the adjustments that pop up here. We're going to do that. Now you can either have a pop-up window, and I've got these isolated over here on the right. What you're going to do here is adjust your hue using the sliders. So what that's going to do is change the entire image. That's not what you want. What you want to do here is make sure so you have the minimum number of layer masks that you're working with is actually apply a clipping mask just to the shirt below. So as you can see, skin tones went back to normal and we only have one mask to deal with instead of two. So what you're going to be able to do is adjust this and it will automatically just isolate the shirt. So you can adjust the shirt color. Let's get it to nice blue here. You can adjust the saturation down to gray or boost it up to a nice bright blue. And then you can also adjust this for realism as well to get the shirt where you need to. And of course, what you can do as well, since you have access to clipping masks, is also add a curves adjustment layer. Adjust it down, make sure that's clipped to that, and then you can use various masks to highlight just particular areas for shading purposes, etc. Or you can use the paintbrush to paint these different areas and make sure you get exactly what you want. So there is the after image of Andrew, whereas I'm going to group everything together just to make it easier. Whereas that is before, after. Perfect. Now, it was fairly easy, but that was with the shirt that already had color. However, it's a little bit more difficult when there is no color at all in the shirt, like this white tank top, for example. If we use the same methodology, I'm going to apply it to the whole image for effect. You are not going to change the color of that shirt. You're only going to change the color of things that actually have color in them. And that said, even if we hit colorize, the result is going to be unrealistic and not really what we're after. So what we're going to do instead is use quick select. We're going to paint over the shirt or use any method you want to actually collect the area of the shirt that's isolated, and I'm going to create a new group using that particular mask. Now the group you can access down here just by selecting this folder icon to create a new group, and then you just apply the layer mask using the layer mask option there. Once that's done, I'm going to apply a new solid color layer to it and make it any color that you want. I'm going to make it red because it's my favorite color, and then we're going to use a layer mode that will take that red color and apply it to the white in a realistic fashion. That's going to be the multiply layer mode. Multiply is the opposite of screen mode, and if you have an object that is black and white in the shot, if you select screen mode, the white object will remain visible while the black of the photo will become transparent, and conversely with multiply, the black of the photo will become opaque once it's selected, or any color for that matter, and the white areas of the screen will become transparent. So here, if we apply multiply, it looks like we're almost there actually. But if we applied screen mode, it does not look any better than it did with just the hue saturation mask on color mode. Other layer modes apply, but they don't have as realistic an effect, so multiply is probably your best bet here. So what you're going to do after this is you need to adjust the intensity to make it look a little better. So there's two methods you can use here. One is to add a little bit of shadow by darkening the shirt with a hue saturation, with a curves layer. Then I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to use these tools here, the blend if modes. And what you're going to do is you're going to drag this across until you get a little bit more of a distinct pattern going here. And then if you hit the Option key, Alt key, you can separate those and actually bring them out and refine a little better. And what this does, the underlying layer is taking the blend if mode does. It takes the current layer, which is the curves layer, and blends it with the underlying layer, the red layer, if these particular situations are met. So by adjusting these, you're adjusting the highlights and the shadows, bringing in or taking away those particular values. And you take some play just to get right. So, but as you can see, before and after, before it's a little bit bright, but we've darkened it with the curves adjustment layer. Now we want to bring in some highlights. We're going to do the exact opposite. We're going to take another curves adjustment layer and boost it. This time I'm going to just up it for exaggerated effect. And then we're going to do the same thing. Double click, underlying layer, option, separate them out, options, separate them out. And that brings in some highlights on your shirt that were not present either. So that's it originally, with our shadows added and then with our highlights added. I hope that this was a good tutorial for you. It helped me come up with ways to quickly and efficiently change colors of shirts. Obviously you're going to spend more time if the fabric is more complicated, if the masking is more complicated, but this is a good general how to change colors quickly on shirts. For Paul, this is his after, this was him before, and again, this is the result now. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Please follow me by clicking subscribe if watching on YouTube, or following me on Facebook at Furious Photog, Instagram at Furious Photog, or Twitter at @OneFuriousPhotog. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.